So what's going on, YouTube? So I put out this video about healthcare, about are you ready for long-term healthcare? And I received some interesting responses. Some good, some bad. But I am so glad I put this video out because now I found out even more about this topic. So yesterday I went to lunch with one of the managers that is doing my product here in Nicaragua. So I asked him about the question. And in Nicaragua, you pretty much have classes. You have the upper class and you have the poor class. Really no middle class. And he's definitely a member of the upper class. So I asked him, I said, look, you got, here in Latin America, you know, you have people that take care of their elderly parents and things like that, whatever. I said, do you think it's a good thing to want to just live life to the point where you take care of your own self, or you thinking that, look, when I get older, I don't want to be a burden on my kids. I don't want it to interrupt their life financially, so I'm going to do the things that I need to do that. And he said, of course. He said, first of all, it's two different ways of thinking. That's the way poor people think. I said, what do you mean? He said, poor people don't make plans. He said, well, my mom and dad both were elderly. My mom lived in a house all by herself. He said because she planned that, she had money, she had a staff, no one had to wait on her. And he said, my dad is doing the same thing, but he said, but you have to understand the difference, that they are part of the upper class where they plan for things of that nature. So then I started digging a little deep. Now, when I put this video out, there were two ladies that stepped up. And I want to thank them in advance for coming out and sharing their stories. But one thing I noticed is they said one lady's husband was 49 and another one was 53. Both of these men are in nursing homes. This thing right here totally blindsided them. Both of these men are in nursing homes because of a stroke. Now, I noticed when I'm still working, she said that basically, you know, if it wasn't for the rental income and their savings being together, they wouldn't have made it through this catastrophe. Because I didn't know that it took 2 years. Well, first, okay, she says that 6 months before you can collect this, you have to be disabled for 6 months before you can collect disability, and 2 years before you're eligible for Medicare. So that basically means everything's out of pocket if you become disabled. Now see, this is why I make these videos. Because here's the thing. Do you guys remember when Katrina happened? And all these people were blaming the government and saying, look, the government doesn't like us, they hate us, and all these things, right? This is what I seen when I saw Katrina. I saw a lot of people unprepared. Let's stay with me for a second. What do you mean you saw a lot of people unprepared? Okay, look. There are some of us right now who have a house, and we have pictures all over it of our family and things like that. That's not what I'm saying. That's okay, I guess. But see, one thing I told myself a long time ago, I don't want to become attached to anything, because everything in this world that I'm looking at is temporary. If you came and got the news today that, look, you need to evacuate your home, and you one of those guys that say, you know what, I'm staying right here. You're going to risk your life because a storm is coming? That tells me one thing about yourself. You weren't prepared. You're willing to die for materialistic possession. If you were prepared, you'd be like, look, let's gather a few things and let's get out of here. We have insurance. We have money set to a side. We just start all over again and just continue with our plan. That's what prepared people do. Prepared people know sickness is going to come. Prepared people know storms are going to come. I'm ready to be prepared for everything. Americans, can we not see the importance of being prepared? Now, because while I'm on that subject, there's one subscriber that his story was very interesting. He said he didn't want to take care of his mom and dad. Not because he was a mean individual and he thought, hey, whatever, I'm selfish. No. He said that when his mom and dad were coming up of age, they were buying second homes. They were living lavishly. They were spending money uncontrollably. And he warned them. Now he's saying, I have to interrupt myself financially because you chose not to make the right financial choices a while back. That's all he's saying. But see, you guys, some people are getting emotional about this. If my mom was to be sick, I'm taking care of her. That's fine. All I'm saying is this, guys, is that your mom, me, and other people's family and everybody, they all know that something is going to happen eventually. They all know that they need to be prepared. But are you being prepared when you're going out buying boats you can't afford? Buying, sending out $500, $600 a month car payments each month that you can't afford. You're scraping change together to make your car payment. You're not saving nothing per month. That's ridiculous. This is supposed to be one of the most powerful countries in the world, but look at the citizens. I'm just like, where is everybody getting this data from? Where are they getting it? Americans are so intelligent when it comes to finance, and some of us are. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all of Americans are messed up when it comes to finance. I know you guys out there, because some of you guys got mad later. I know there's guys out there that are doing the right thing, but we're the minority. How can we turn this into a majority way of thinking? How can we create independent individuals? Not individuals that depend on their family. If they have money, if they're in a lack of money or something, whatever, say, let me call mom up and ask for some money. Let me call my brother up and ask for money. I want to see individuals that don't have to ask for money. Because if you have to ask for money, probably something's going wrong in your life. I want to end this video with this. I was given somebody told me, look, I read all the books you recommended. I want you to read a book that I recommend. And it was a weird title to me because it said, it's Gene Simmons, the lead singer of Kiss. I'm like, what can this guy tell me? Well, you can learn from anybody. And I just read reviews, and I want to be purchasing a book. It's called Sex, Love, and Kisses. And one thing I saw right away, I said, okay, this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. He talks about the rule of living with less. Less always gives you more. You smoke less cigarettes, you live longer. You spend less, you save more money. He talks about no drinking, no getting high, no drinking, no smoking. Just living a life of just saving and being frugal. I'm noticing a common thing when it comes to money, guys. All the rich people, the real rich people, all the people who have wealth and are happy now, they're all saying the same thing. Spend less than you earn. Don't go out there like a wild person and throw these parties and go to VIPs and buy boats and buy all these other things and fill your house up with all those materialistic things. And when the storm comes, I'm not leaving because I have all my materialistic possessions here. Wake up, guys. You never know when something is coming your way. Be prepared.